What is going on, everyone? This is Autumn coming at you from the cage, coach of your Syracuse Xerneas, and I am here with our Week 4 team builder for the KASL League KASL Season 1. And last week I didn't really get to do a descriptive, it wasn't like as long of a team builder for last week's battle because I was running really late. One of my friends had taken me out to dinner and then I had my battle right after. So I didn't really have that much time to do the team builder video. So I wanted to try and make sure I at least did some sort of team builder video for this week. My battle is about 20 minutes out. I'm really nervous, especially after winning last week. Now I like part of me is like, oh, well, our goal was only to get one win for the season, so it's all fine and dandy. We hit that goal. We can do what we want now. But part of me is also like, well, I don't want to lose the next 7 games or however many games we're doing. I think, actually, how many games are we doing? I think it's 9. Let me go to the thing. Yeah, we only played 9 games. So we're almost at the halfway point. That's a little terrifying. Just a little bit. So, yeah. Hopefully we are able to pull off another win here. And we will see how that goes. Like I said, I'm really nervous. We are playing the Portland Zydogs Coach Online Orphan, and they are also 1 and 2. We're actually tied in terms of standings. If I go to the standings, we are both tied for 8th place because they are 1 and 2 and I am 1 and 2, and we both have a -3 differential. So this will kind of determine who's going to be up on top and who's going to be up on bottom for the people who are nowhere near the actual top of the standings, because the other people who are in the top are all positive records with 2 or higher differentials. One team is 4-0 with a positive 13 differential. I played them last 2 weeks ago, Jake. So but like I said, we're in this to have fun and to learn more about battling and doing draft and team building, because this is my first time. This team I also I'm losing my words. Take 2. This team I built all by myself again. Didn't have any help from Mike this time. I wanted to see, I did ask him, hey, this is my general idea, what do you think? And they were like, I like the way you think, so I went with it. And it's all kind of built around Cress right here, our big old moon duck, big burb power. And we are actually going to see, this is my first time trying it, but we are going to see if we can pull off a Trick Room team. I was looking at his Pokemon, and his lowest speed Pokemon is Jellicent with a base speed of 60. Whereas I have 2 Mons, Araquanid and Donphan. I'm bringing Donphan, but not Araquanid, who have below 60 speed. And then I've got Empoleon, whose speed is also base 60. And then most of the rest of my Mons are between 60 and 80, 85, Cress is base 85. But then a lot of his Mons, it goes from 60, and then he's got 2 in the 70s, Serena and Florges, and then just jumps right up to 95, and then 100 onward. So his team is really fast, essentially. So if I can utilize Cresselia to get a Trick Room up and keep her healthy enough that we can maintain Trick Room and just try and pound through some stuff, that would be great. That's what the main 4 Pokemon I have in the front here are for. is I can play around hopefully with Trick Room. Jellicent would be the only mon. Well, Jellicent, Serena, and Florges would outspeed Cress in Trick Room. I do have, you can't see it, but I am running a Sassy Cress plus special defense minus speed. And I have no speed IVs, so that way my base speed's down to 81. And that will help me outspeed pretty much Arcanine, Miltank, Jirachi, Cryogonal, Alolan Persian, Zygarde, 10%, Jolteon, and Megalophony in Trick Room. We've got lefties for recovery, of course. We've got Moonblast because that hits the Persian and the Megalophony and the Zygarde like heckin' hard. We've got Ice Beam for Serena. And, I mean, I can also use it for Zygarde, but if Zygarde comes in on me, I'm just going to Moonblast because it does more. So the Ice Beam is mostly for Serena. Because, like I said, Serena does have the potential to outspeed me in Trick Room. So I want to try and make sure I can get a big hit off of it because its Power Whip does heckin' to me. And then I've got Grass Knot for the Jellicent if I do get stuck fighting it. I think with my Spadef investment, Shadow Ball doesn't, I think it does like 30% to 50%? Like it doesn't one-hit KO me. So I can try and get as much damage off as possible, switch out if I need to. And that's one of the reasons why we're bringing a more Cleric Umbreon this time. Our little Umbi. It's got lefties as well. We have a lot of mons with lefties this week. Hopefully there's no clause that says you can't have lefties on all of your mons. But Umbi's very traditional Wish, Protect, Sub, Foul Play, and I did Sub instead of Healing Wish because I thought it might be useful, like say if I get Umbreon in on like Jellicent or something, like if Trick Room isn't up and I get Umbreon on something that doesn't want to be in on Umbreon, I can use that turn that they switch to throw up a Sub, and that gives me a potential to throw up a Wish without protecting or to throw like a Foul Play off. Hopefully I could potentially get a Sub up when, like say if something switches out, I can get the Sub up and then Megalophony would come in and I can hit it with a Foul Play, but it can't KO me because of the Sub. So that's part of the reason why I'm running Sub. I'm not sure if it's the best move. Like, I feel like Toxic might be good to whittle the team down, but at the same time, two of his mons have, like, Heal Bell, or some sort of healing move to remove status, so I don't want to spend all of my time poisoning things and getting them down really low, or, like, wasting my Umbreon poisoning something when they could just Heal Bell it up, and then I've lost my Umbreon, you know? So that's why I've got the Sub going on. I don't know how useful that'll be, but we'll see if we can get it to work. But mostly I want to just be able to Wish Pass onto some of my other mons, heal them up if I need to, try to maintain that Trick Room pressure. We've got Steel Penguin here, and our Steel Penguin actually has a Wakan Berry today. Oh wait, and on Umbreon I've got a Relaxed Nature, so positive defense and minus speed with 0 speed IVs, so that I can do, like, go quicker in Trick Room. My total speed will be 63, so if the Jellicent has any speed investment, well, if it has some speed investment, I shouldn't say any. If it has a decent amount of speed investment, I can outspeed it, or, you know, underspeed it in Trick Room. Steel Penguin also has a Relaxed Nature, positive defense, minus speed, and we have the Wakan Berry this time. And that is for the Jolteon and potentially a Wild Charge from the Arcanine. And apparently, for some reason, Megalophony gets Thunder and like Thunderbolt or Punch or both, and all these electric type moves, and I'm like, why? But I'm assuming the Megalophony would be going for a fighting type move anyway. The only thing I don't live with one hit I believe is Mega Jump Kick, or High Jump Kick, not Mega Jump Kick. High Jump Kick. I can always calc in the battle and determine whether or not it would be a good idea to keep him in. But if I outspeed, then like if Trick Room is up, then that's useful for me because I can hit it with like a Scald. Or if it switches, if I think it's going to switch in on me, 'cause it's like, oh, well, I'm going to be a fighting type, so I can just come and do damage. I can try and burn it with the Scald. We've got Flash Cannon for the Florges. And Florges' base speed is 75. My base speed is 60 with no speed IVs and a negative nature, so I'm going to be 58 speed. So if I can outspeed, like if I can get the Trick Room up and Florges switches in, I can switch into Steel Penguin, I can live a Moonblast, and try and hit it with a Flash Cannon. I also have Knockoff if I think, like maybe like if I'm up against Jirachi, it's like, well, what are you going to do against me? Or they think, like if I led with Steel Penguin, they're like, oh, they're just going to put up rocks, I can easily switch out. I can just be like, Knockoff. Or if like they bring Miltank, we can just, like, they can send rocks at me, but I can like hit it with a Scald or a knock off some potential lefties, things like that. Their Z captains are Arcanine and Alolan Persian. So we don't have to worry about anything from Jirachi in the Z department, which is nice. We've got Ice Beam for the Serena in case if they think they can switch into my Steel Penguin and do some damage. With Grass Stab, we can Ice Beam it and do some damage. We got 4 health HP IVs, max special attack, and we've got evenly split defense and special defense, so 126 in each with a positive defense nature. So that makes our special defense 137 and our regular defense 136. And then we've got Donphan Roll Out is making an appearance. I thought he would be very useful because I can switch him in on Jolteon and a potential Thunderbolt, and it can neutralize that. I have Sturdy, so if I'm in against something like Serena or Cryogonal, does Cryogonal get... Hang on, I didn't actually look up Cryogonal's abilities. It's probably important. Oh, it does get Levitate. Yeah, yikes. Well, I mean, I can hit it with other things, potentially. Like, if he switches in Cryogonal to my Steel Penguin, I can hit him with Flash Cannon. I think that's mostly it, actually. I don't have much coverage for Cryogonal, so that might be a problem. Maybe I want to... Like, I'm going to try and get rocks up with Donphan so I can at least get good damage when they switch in. But I mean, it doesn't have... It has good special defense. I don't have many physical attackers. I have a lot of special attackers. So that might require some thought. Because if I'm in with Donphan and like say if I switch in Donphan and a Jolteon and I'm like, I'm gonna go for Earthquake, he can just switch in Cryogonal. Which then I can try and go for a knockoff as well. But probably should have better coverage for that. I don't know if he'll bring him or not, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Earthquake for the Arcanine, Jolteon, I think Jirachi as well? Is Jirachi weak against... Yeah, I'm nervous for this team. Yeah, Jirachi's weak against ground too, so I can hit the Jirachi with it. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about this team, but we're gonna just do our best. Got the rocks. I have no spin and no defog on my side this time though. So, but I figure three of my mons are running lefties to recover. No one has a sash, so I don't know. And I don't think I take any super effective damage from rocks with the team I brought. So I should be okay. Knock off in case they want to switch out on me. Poison Jab in case if I'm up against Serena and if I'm at like full health, then Serena can take me down to my Sturdy and then I can Poison Jab. And I know I just said like, oh, well, I don't have a sash, but I have lefties on Donphan. So if I do take rocks damage, I could heal it on the switch. Like, it could heal itself on the switch. And I can also just poison stuff with Donphan. Like, the poison jab, I think, has a 30% chance to poison. Yeah, there's a 30% chance to poison the target. So I can always do that if I wanted to. There we go. I have that opportunity. And we are running an adamant Donphan, so that way if I do catch oops, let me mute that. If I do catch Arcanine or Jolteon or Jirachi in on the switch or at all, I can hit him hard with an Earthquake. And then the other two moves are attack based as well. Yeah, so physical. We've got good old Cap'n. Cap'n is running a Choice Scarf again this week because if I run Choice Scarf, I outspeed everything on his team. And the way that I see it is that I have my Trick Room that I could run, but I also want to have some mons that can outspeed and do lots of damage real quick, so that if I need to take out certain mons in order to get the Trick Room to work, I can do that. And my base speed on Cap'n is 130, and the only other thing that I'm running Timid, so plus speed minus attack, so the only other thing that could keep up with me, excuse me, is if Jolteon is max speed, a positive speed nature, and has a Scarf as well, and then we would speed tie, because Jolteon's base speed is 130, unless if Jolteon gets a status and it has Quick Feet, then it'll be a speed tie. Mega Lopunny does have a higher base speed, but with my Scarf, even if it has max speed and positive attack, it can't outspeed me. So we are running Iron Head mainly for the Florges, in case if he wants to try and wall me with Florges. I have a feeling that I might end up having to fight some Toxic Walls, which is going to be annoying. Hopefully I can maybe make that read and switch an Umbreon, so if they do go for a Toxic, it'll synchronize. But, because they have no poison types, so they could go with Willow on Arcanine and it wouldn't synchronize, but I think everything else would. Unless if they go for Thunder Wave on Jolteon, then that wouldn't synchronize, but anyway, I have no, like, Heal Bell or anything, so if I get status, it's just gonna have to be that way. It might end up costing me, I don't know. I'm really nervous. I'm still, like, learning how to make teams on my own, so I don't know. I'm trying to do something different and just try out some tech. But anyway, Choice Scarf Coco, Timid, 252 speed, 252 special attack, and a little bit of special defense in case if I do get hit by something. And we're running, so Iron Head for the Florges. Oh, and I think for the Cryogonal. Isn't Cryogonal weak against Steel? I think that was my other, like, Steel, or my Ice counter. Whoops, I clicked Levitate instead of Cryogonal. Yeah, there we go. So Coco can hit him with a Iron Head. It's 100% accurate, I believe. So yeah, it's 100% accurate. I am not a believer in running moves that miss unless if it's like Toxic or Will-O-Wisp or something, because my luck will not allow me to hit that move. So we are going to avoid it entirely, unless if I have some sort of like Hurricane in the rain, like, or like No Guard, Hurricane, like, but I don't, so. Well, I mean, if I brought Mega Pidgeot, I'd have No Guard Hurricane. Anyway, U-turns, because it's a pivot that I can use that doesn't rely on electricity, because he does have a Zygarde. I mean, that's his only ground mon, so he probably wouldn't switch it into Tapu Koko, because I can just hit him with a Dazzling Gleam, which is what I brought as well for Zygarde, Megalop, and a little Impersion as mentioned before. But just in case, or if Jolteon has Volt Absorb, I don't want to get locked into Volt Switch and then not be able to, and then I have to switch and take damage. And then, interesting, so this is going to be fun. I'm not running Thunderbolt Coco, I'm running Electro Ball Coco. So Electro Ball Coco, the power will depend on how much faster I am than the opponent. So whether or not, like, if they're running a lot of Choice Scarf users, then I'm kind of like SOL. But if they don't have a lot of Choice Scarf users, because his team mostly outspeeds mine just as it exists, so I don't know if they would really run a whole bunch of scarves. I can do heckin' damage. Like, I think this does around or over 50% to Jellicent alone. So that'll be cool and fun to see if it works. It's 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna wrap up. We're supposed to start the battle like now. So the last mon I've got is Mike, the Ambipom, and Mike also has a Choice Scarf. I'm doing this in a similar mentality to my Cress last week. I have a Scarf, but I have Switcheroo. So I'm hoping I can cripple something and then throw up Trick Room. Like if Jellicent comes out, since it's a dark move, I don't have to worry about it not working. I can Switcheroo the Scarf onto Jellicent, and then when I have my Trick Room up, Jellicent will be stuck in one move, so it won't be able to actively recover, unless if it just spams recover. And then I can have like Moondock or someone else out that will outspeed it in Trick Room. So that's my idea about that. It also gives me another mon that's like got some speed to it. He won't be able to outspeed a lot of the mon. Like, he won't be able to outspeed Jolteon or Megalophony unless if they're uninvested. But I do have Jolly Mike, so positive speed minus special attack with 252 in attack and 4 in defense. So I'm hoping, and 252 in speed. So like, if he's running a Alolan Persian or a Zygarde and they don't have a Scarf, then I'll speed them. Not that like U-turn and knockoff are going to do a whole lot to them, but it might be crucial to get that knockoff on, like, say, Zygarde, and he's got the berry that protects you from ice, or protects you from, like, fairy. No, there's no. Is there a fairy one? I think there's a fairy one, but, like, one of those. And then I've got Fake Out, because Fake Out. Although I'm not sure, like, because I know Queenly Majesty is a thing, but I don't know, is it like, does it have to be on the field for the priority to not work, or does it just have to be in the party? That's what I'm not sure about, so we're gonna find out today. And I've got U-turn for pivot. So I have to be careful about which move I pick, because I will be locked into it. So that's just the key there. But we are going to get started with this battle. So thank you for checking out the Team Builder. Smash the like button and send us all of your positive energy. Hopefully we can have a fun game, a close game, and hopefully we can pick up a win. Thank you for checking this out, and this is Autumn Marie signing off.